Well, maybe we should move into the next to also, this is perfect, by the way, that you have this one on your list, because creating a good witch house and applying what you learned in this project here in Coldharbour to other styles, and also incorporating what you learned in working with plants in the previous house. How about we have a look at the Gorinir estate now?
Oh, yes.
This is seriously fantastic to see this evolution and how things evolve and what you take from one build and apply to the next. It's really, really wonderful. I hope everybody is having the best time, because I have the best time here with Pack answering all my nosy questions.
Here we are.
Perfect.
Okay, this is not the same mood as before. This is nice and happy.
Nice and happy. We don't mind
you
dark themes.
You can all take a breath.
Hope everybody
Yes.
heard this.
I still have to put the finishing touches to this house.
Hmm.
We have 50 slots.
Aha. Oh. Interesting that you sunk the hourglass into the ground here.
You can change it as you wish.
Oh. Well. Going to use the time that you decide. Ooh. Lot of foliage here and canopy work already. Entrance is slightly obscured. Oh, hello. Who are you? Little
Yes.
friend. Little friend. Ooh. Off he went. There you are again.
I don't know if you are familiar with Berserk, an anime.
I'm not.
Maybe not. I inspired myself to a location from that. It's actually a manga.
Ah, ooh. Oh, interesting. Wee. Hope everybody is seeing this. Also, everybody should come visit. This is an also really interesting build. Ah, so druidic walls? Are those druidic walls? Looks like.
Yes, it is.
Ah. Very light. Ooh.
The druidic items are also very nice to work with.
Yeah. So really love what you did here.
I had to actually invest a few crowns in the photo stones.
Very beautiful. Elegant lighting again. Very subtle. Very subtle. Adding a water stream here is very smart in this way. Oopsie. Can I jump here? There we go.
One of my few questing attempts in the last years to get them.
Yeah.
But the pools.
The pools, yeah, and creating a water stream in this way is not easy. To have it flow and feel homogeneous and natural in this way.
There was some careful positioning.
Mm-hmm.
And quite a few waterfalls.
Yeah.
The one we are beside is two.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. It has to. Sometimes it's stacking and turning and seeing which angle works best.
Yes, also for using the different looks of the different points of the waterfall itself, so you can mix it and obtain different looks. So that's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Really elegant. What was the inspiration for this one?
There is a witch in the manga that has a house made of out of an enormous tree.
Hmm.
So I wanted to make a house that was as much as possible covered in foliage.
Ah. Yeah, that's
And
not easy.
of course the greenhouses are a great slot saver.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's true. They are very good slot savers indeed. You want to create something like this. And this is so much detail already just when you enter into this.
Just by layering more items together, just placing many items in the same spot and cover
Yeah.
many times the same point,
Wow.
a bit of variance.
Yeah, yeah. And that's, oh, look. Look, everyone. A house entirely covered in foliage. Oh, and there, look. Also nice use for this particular piece. Up there, maybe alluding to a good witch living here in this beautiful home. It's very nice layering here already again. And you do see the that you have applied some of what you've done in the Temple for Azura. And also,
Yes. But I perfection it a bit. I put more. I layered the plans too.
yes, yes, you did. Certainly did. Welcome, welcome, Datpin. Um, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy this. Also, come visit. Mm. Oh, these pergolas, the Reach pergolas. Yeah, they're
A
really
bit
nice. Yeah, and you let layering work, people layering. Yeah. Oh.
For example, here I somehow managed. I didn't expect it to work. I got only the wisteria out of the out here. You can see the frame of the window.
Ah, yes.
You can see it on the other side.
Oh. Oh, nice. Oh, also this place is just perfect. Look, everyone. You just want to move in.
Sadly, I used almost every slot for the structure itself and the looks. So
Oh,
there is a
wow.
side
I mean,
that is
yeah,
almost empty.
yeah. I mean, it's a 600 slot house. We are at 560, so a little bit more room left, but still, it's like I see.
It's really hard to. I need to fill with those 40 slots
Yeah.
the two greenhouses, and I don't know what to do.
Well, maybe some of the designers have tips, or maybe they have ideas for you.
Literally take anything.
Yeah, yeah. It's very nice. This that's just the outside, everyone. So you understand that we're going inside, and this is oh, really love it. If you do visit houses, people, remember to close doors, please, if they're
I don't
interactable.
mind too much.
Yeah, but for some houses, that's actually really
It's
important.
important.
Mm-hmm.
Is normally, if it is possible, I try to keep limited visitor.
Yeah.
Recently, someone turned off all the lights in one of my houses. It was quite.
Oh no!
I actually I had a good laugh at that.
Maybe they thought the last person turns off all the lights. You know, when you leave home or something, you turn off all the lights, saving electricity. Oh look,
For example,
look here, everyone. Oh, this is cozy. Very warm and inviting and alive. Very, very much alive. Ooh, look. This comes across in the stream as well. Just that's a wonderful layering use of this particular piece. I love this too. And just a beautiful piece in and of itself. And then you have this marvelous job of layering the glorious plants and the foliage and adding subtle lighting to it. And just that brings it all and yeah, brings it together as a rounded piece. Yes, exactly. That must be a portal. Is it not? Lilana has an idea for you right there.
it is indeed a portal.
I mean, you can,
It is indeed a portal. Yes. I don't know what to do with with the portal room.
you know,
It is okay like this.
EHT actually has the opportunity or the possibility to add portals.
You
And
are right.
yeah, Chthoniya has done a little bit of an how to do that, a little bit of a tutorial with Lily and me in a little private session that we did. Maybe sometime Chthoniya will be on a stream again where we may be going through a little bit of EHT and what to do with it, particularly to this particular use to create portals, because you can layer a portal on this using
That would
EHT.
actually be quite nice.
You know,
I also have a build that I want to do that would require me to use HT, so I will need to learn it.
ah, okay. So I'm hearing do a stream with Chthoniya to have a tutorial so everybody can learn how to do portals and how to utilize them to create more stunning builds like this. Noted, noted.
Yeah.
Soon to come. Just the subtle lighting that you've used here again, this is just very, very smart and elegant.
Just the day lightning and the Kulanda stones.
Yeah, those are so awesome.
Yeah, I
So
have to thank a
powerful.
friend for this idea
Uh-huh.
for the plan for the lamps.
Ah,
Such a good idea.
yeah. Also, I mean, there are lamps. I think mm, I think they come with the Stone Eagle Eerie. They also have create a shadow and light effect. I think Chthoniya also used those in one of her builds. And
Nice.
that's really interesting if you can play with light and shadow. I mean, you do it here as well, but that particular, the Reachman
Item.
chandelier, for instance, the Reachman chandelier
Oh
is
yes,
awesome for
yes,
that.
that is a very strong shadow.
Yeah, very, very fantastic. But I do love also the accents that you put in here with the little flowers poking through. And it's really, really homogeneous and feels like it's grown.
Yes, I try to keep it as homogeneous as possible.
So there's a question from the audience in Twitch that's directed at you.
Hmm?
How much of your real life work influences how you build pack? If you recall,
Yes, I'm a woodworker.
you're a woodworker,
Indeed.
of course.
I suppose the approach to the work is similar. So it's a very careful and slow process.
Mm.
And for the rest is mainly just all the comics I've read in my life coming together and
Mm-hmm.
giving
So,
me some inspiration.
so there is slight
There is also
influence.
there's slight influence that, and also I learned a bit about how to place volumes and
Mm.
spaces.
Yeah.
So I do I am a woodworker because I am generally quite good at planning. So
Mm. Love it. Does that answer your question? Very, very happy to answer questions. Anybody who has questions?
long planning and careful executing.
Yes, long planning, careful execution. Very good. I love it. Also, if anybody else has questions in the audience, feel free to ask them. This is why we do also this spotlight, so that you can have your questions answered, or maybe you want to hit Pack up to do a collaboration, maybe, or something else you want to know. You can ask here. Ah, yeah, and then we go and move into the next. Aha, of course, books, very important. Do approve of those, always.
Mm-hmm. My little library.
Ah,
One of the main things of my building, I think, is in my approach that when I want something, I try until I found a solution for that.
ah.
So I hardly give up on something.
You stick to the problem until you
I
solve it.
stick to the problem until I solve it.
Wonderful approach. Love it.
That's what these are the words of my woodworking teacher.
Yeah, very good strategy indeed. I really like it. Also, just sometimes, sometimes a project can be hibernated for a little while until you've come to the solution in your mind, and then you can go back to it and
Yes, like
work it out.
Coldharbour.
Ah,
My
yeah.
original Coldharbour, I built it up until 400 slots, and then I didn't like it.
Oh,
And I came back when I had a better idea for how to make it.
yeah, yeah, makes sense. Absolutely love that. I hear you. This whole layering work. So Lilana has another question for you. How come, Pack, that your Coldharbour is so much darker than your other builds? I might not have visited all though, but a
You're
fair.
right. It's my only really dark house. I
Ah,
never did another on that note.
ah.
If I ever do another spooky house on with a dark color scheme, it will look almost like that. So,
Hmm.
but when I build, I try to find different combos of items, like here with the plants and Telvanni and
Yeah.
Alinov and build around it, and then I see how I can mix it best.
Yeah, and which
Really, the
combination?
outcome,
Yeah.
the colors and the outcome depend on what the items I use.
Yeah.
I don't paint the walls cozy or scary. I don't care too much about the looks of what I do. I'm not too much, not too, I don't stick to a theme.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, for some, the darker builds are a little bit mm, more tantalizing because they can play around with light and dark and with shadows. I know
Yes,
that, for instance, Dread or Chris, who's in hopefully still watching, um, really loves that playing around with the shadows, with the darkness, and where to place light to create specific effects within this darker theme. And I get that. Some creators
yes,
really, really
there
love to
is a
do
lot
that.
to do with dark. There's
Hmm.
really a world to itself. We have creators that almost only do builds like that. But
Yeah.
still, they do different things every time.
Lilana wants to know, you're mostly driven by aesthetics first and story comes at the same time after before question mark.
Yes, I'm driven by the aesthetics because then I know that the house in the end will look good. So I choose good aesthetics, and then I try to find a good theme, a good something, a location that is enthralling, that is interesting, that I can make with those looks.
Ah,
For example, here I wanted originally to make a house with plants.
yes.
Yet another wood cottage.
Yes,
And
yeah.
we changed it a bit. Then, if I remember this house from the manga of Berserk, I wanted to remake it. And then obviously, I didn't make an exact copy. I make my own interpretation out of it.
Mhm. And that's how the story moves slowly into the aesthetics of the house.
Yes, my storytelling melts a bit into the aesthetics.
Yeah, it's interesting that you
And I have to say that here is missing the details for the storytelling. I had more than only the exterior and the
mhm.
frame.
Yeah. I mean,
I
sometimes you
actually had
have, yeah.
I placed a few items. I went up to 600 in this house, but I took them out because I didn't like the storytelling outcome. Actually,
I mean,
it was actually a bit
you still have some
boring.
room, and maybe it will come to you, and then you
Yes,
can add the little bit of accents here and there that move along in the story, if that makes sense. Um,
yes, exactly. It's always hard to to make a story
mhm.
with a few items.
Yes, that's true. Very, very true. And I think that's also why some designers like to use EHT as well, because you can add something like a diary or a diary page, or you can add a little bit of text to set the
Mm.
mood or help tell the story a little bit more, which is again why EHT is
Great,
so powerful.
great tools.
Hmm. To help tell the story. You're very welcome, Lilana. Also,
It was very
again,
easy.
yeah.
It's very cool to find a text piece while you work. I was so amazed by the houses I found, what this feature was used.
Yeah. For me, one of the best examples for that is, for instance, Mashia's story build that she also entered into one more housing competition.
Yes. Exactly.
That's really a perfect example for that. Um, but yeah, that's interesting. Also, we see here a reprisal that first the feel of the house, the mood of the house, that's what comes first, and then the story moves in slowly. I love that idea that you start with emotion actually first, and then you layer and layer, and slowly things come together.
Yes, and that's a good description. You are correct.
Yeah, yeah. Really awesome. Really love it. Also, again, there's so much detail already in this little tiny torn out pages from the books here. What has happened here?
Hmm?
Floaty books, what
Okay.
happened? We have all kinds of questions. Also,
I don't have an answer.
that's fine. That's fine. I mean, sometimes there are no answers to those questions. Also, just such a smart use for using the greenhouses here to build this, because as you mentioned, this is such a slot saver,
It is.
and at the same time you can have this beautiful look outside. It's
Yes,
also a
here
bit,
I played around the glass walls quite a lot.
yeah, and it makes a lot of sense because it creates such a glorious view as well. Yeah, that's what lots of storytellers want also. Um, in my last episode of Cribs on Sunday, I had a storyteller on, a Dark Eminence, who is from ITT also. And she prefers actually when visitors come and discover parts of the story themselves and only ask questions when something intrigues them so much so that they want to know more and thus follow along the story in their own way and maybe come up with something new that she didn't know about the build or the character that she built her house around. It's very, very interesting. And also, a lot of storytellers love to get the reactions from people when they enter, because the when you enter a build or when you enter a home, you react to it in a different way than maybe the designer has thought. And you may see something that um, they didn't expect that you might interpret into the build. Yeah, that's why I'm letting you see this a little bit longer. That this is beautiful. I love that the sun is allowed to cast its light into the greenhouse in this way, and creates also interest with the foliage and everything. You all should
Yes,
come and visit.
I'm very glad you're not seeing this with rain. It rains a lot
Oh,
because in the state.
oh, that's true. That's true. But with rain, it can also be very interesting.
It looks much better with the light at least. With this
So
one,
good timing.
sunny time.
Yes.
There's still one room you're missing. One that I mean,
Mm. Wait, wait, wait. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be here. Probably not. Went through an overgrown place.
there might be a bit a few holes.
Oh, there.
Yeah,
Ah, see, I was going here. Like, oh, nope, that's not right.
pretty
Ah,
close.
very close. Look.
I don't always close all the holes in my houses.
Oh, not necessary. Also, how would the mouses and cats and all the other animals come in if you close everything
I
up?
agree.
Also, here again,
Also,
layering everyone. So much layering. So beautiful. Really love it. Ah. music box sunk in. Oh, I love this also here. Look, everyone.
I have to place it somewhere.
Yeah.
It's at the top.
Yes. My goodness. Isn't this beautiful, everyone? Aw. Hello, little friend. We've seen you
Of course, there
already.
is a monkey.
Yes. Must be here.
What are you doing? Behave. There's a camera.
Cameras on you. Don't do that. Yeah, of course. Monkeys must be cheeky. Very beautiful view. Yes. I also really love this that you added this music box here. It's very
Really
fitting.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's my only music box.
Oh, really?
I have the Almedi Sinfonia, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I feel you. Some of the music boxes can be a little bit underwhelming, but this one is beautiful. Love it.
We'll place it somewhere else when I finish the house. But for now,
Mhm.
it's staying there.
It's beautiful already, and as some of you have just heard, it's still a work in progress. Maybe some of you have ideas. Please share them.
I
Maybe.
need a team that can be done with 40 slots.
Ooh,
50. I can allow 50.
50 slots. That's, you know what? That's actually a good challenge. So, all of you designers who are listening now, this goes out to you. Find a theme, find something that only uses 50 slots and no more than that.
I can offer a box of high Garrett wine.
Wonderful. So, yeah, we've seen here a little bit of an evolution. Not just utilizing and using plans that the game offers, but layering them. And the layering we've seen you use and to create this dark and ominous mood in Coldharbour reprises here too, but not dark and moody, but
Yes, here instead of layering Deadlands walls and Necromancer spires, I used what are they called? Hedges and vines.
all the vines, everyone. Yeah, and beautiful flowers and just adding a lot of canopy and hedges and shrubs and trees.
The hedges make the body, the vines make
Yeah.
the look.
Ah. And of course the
In the garden, I also added some my newfound love, the underbrush, in
mm,
the conservatory section,
mm.
and they add a lot of depth to the otherwise quite plain edges.
Yeah, that's true. So that's interesting because that's of course that speaks to the woodworking because that is sculpturing.
Somewhat, yes.
Mm. Very interesting. It's very, very interesting. So maybe you have a vision for this particular project and maybe something that you hope that people take from this particular build
I
already.
would be if I have to give a tip based on this build, is mixing the edges with the vines. That makes any edge better.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mixing edges and vine.
I also had a lot of fun with the Telvanni items in here, for the routing.
Yeah.
Instead of using them as the chairs and tables, they are an integral part of the plans. To add some extra detail to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Texture.
More texture and a little bit of maybe, I mean, Telvanni furnishings ultimately is plants, but dead.
Yes.
And in this case, it's maybe not dead because there's a lot of foliage going on here. Maybe it has revived under the care of the good witch that lives here. We don't know.
Very well be.
May very well be indeed.
It is without doubt magically leaded to display to this shape.
Yeah, of course, magic also helps a lot in this. So beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, it's interesting. There was also a beautiful build by Yumiji, who also placed very high in the One More Housing competition, and for good reason. And
the tree lady.
yes, Gaia, the Gaia build, that's also in the Gorinir estate. And it's interesting that the Gorinir estate seems to evoke more green and foliage builds, because this is not the first or second or third build that I see in a Gorinir estate that uses also the surroundings of Gorinir to basically latch onto and allow the theme to take it from there.
It helps a lot if you can merge the surrounding with your original theme.
Yeah, that's even better. That's even better. So beautiful. So glorious, this build. So those of you who've not been, come visit. And if you have ideas, message. Yeah. Maybe that's a good point that you're making.
Yes, the sound.
The sound, yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with nature builds. I'm a sucker for trees too. Like, I think when I did the spotlight with Cathonia and we meandered about her beautiful forest, and I asked about how many trees. Yeah, you can see that. I think there's people in the community who love trees and plants and forest builds, and I mean, this is also
very nice to work with plants. You can do what you want, place them where you want. Always looks good. Always nice.
Yeah. And they add a different form of coziness, and you can also play with light and dark and shades and shadows, but it's different. The mood is different. It's more live.
To have some. So I would like items that block the path a bit more.
Maybe blocking
like a cluster of trees that don't let you go through them. I like it. That would be very useful, I think.
Yeah. I think was it? I think in Russian Asgards or Ausgardus. I'm not sure how he pronounces his name. The build is super abstract, but it basically used a lot of plants, a lot of trees, to block off a lot of the room of Coldharbour, and then lighting was used.
The build.
Yeah,
I remember the build.
super intense and so abstract, but also
Oh, he's a master of the kind of
yes,
things,
yes, definitely master.
especially at the lightning.
Oh yeah, but the usage of trees or hedges or any kind of natural plant that you just layer close to each other, so or cobble together in order to create a natural fence that is not obviously a fence, or that when you enter you don't think, oh, that's a fence right there, but it blocks off in a more natural way than a stone might be. Yeah, I see what you mean, blocking paths and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
it would be a funny item to play with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For making paths into a wood without letting the people roam around aimlessly.
Hmm. That also helps if you're telling a story, right? Because
Yes,
you can lead the people along the storyline quite literally.
exactly. Why still letting maybe you see the forest beyond your nose.
Hmm. Yeah, it does help. Uh, Interesting. I think that some designers like to use pets to lead visitors along specific paths. For instance, I think Danny, who used to be at the Roses, but I think that she's recently have said goodbye to the Roses. I'm not exactly sure, but in her build that reminded me a lot of Alice in Wonderland, also in Coldharbour. She had a bunny hop along a specific path, and as the visitor, you could just follow the bunny
Ah,
or
yes,
the
that's nice.
rabbit.
That's a nice trick. That's very
Just
nice.
yeah, just
You
like
can use house guests and like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Also in Dreamer's gorgeous build that I also showcased in the Sunday stream. um, they used Casca also as a house guest to lead people along the path to the glorious beach home that they created. As you can use that if you can't block off everything, because sometimes maybe that's not feasible to block off everything.
Yes,
Mm. There are
there was
multiple ways.
some multiple ways to read. The house, the painting system was is a good way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, precisely. Follow the white rabbit. Uh,
Another one who always beats in a line, I think, is Futerco, if I remember.
Oh yeah. Kotaku does.
It's mostly one straight line, and
Yeah,
you go through it and see the story.
yeah, and that also makes a lot of sense because um, there are builds by Kotaku that are just massive in the sense that the creation is so fantastic. Like the whale,
Yes,
for
absolutely
instance.
fantastic.
Yeah,
And she offers so many different areas.
yeah, and by default, you kind of have to limit the house and limit where the people can go and see what you created, because otherwise you might run into trouble with the visuals, really, of the house. Yeah, I totally get that. Makes a lot of sense to block off specific parts to make sure
Yes.
that visitors are not confused and instead.
Also, we need to make things compact.
Ah,
We don't have so many slots.
true.
So the smallest you go, the more detail you can have.
That's true
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah, I've had this recurring theme on almost every single designer spotlight and the designer special. People said we don't necessarily need larger houses, but more slots, and also more slots in the smaller houses, because that would allow for more room for creativity in those. But Zoss is quite reluctant to do that. Maybe we have to put up a petition or something to get them to do this.
Who knows? I hope they will do it someday.
Yeah,
Another
maybe.
thing that would really help, then they can also keep the large houses, would be the spawn point.
Oh, a spawn point inside the house.
They will have a lot.
Ah.
Will do a lot of things, a lot of different things with a different spawn point, and use the large houses much better.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that would be interesting if you could move that, for instance. And yeah, it's also, I think that that Erica of Perfectly Humble was talking people through how you can build close to the entrance, even when ZOS would limit you to do that, utilizing essential housing tools. Because she too, when she wanted to create something really special in a specific place, you sometimes can't build that specific special place because you're limited by the inability to put things close to the entrance because of how it's designed by ZOS.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah. And EHT has found a little bit of a way around that. So that's quite interesting. I'm not sure if I think the video should be still up, Erica's, that is, about that.
They should. I think it might be by taking away the collision of the item they're doing it.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Collision is also a big problem sometimes. Not just in housing in ESO, but yeah, I totally see what you mean. I hope maybe at some point they will be listening to this. So ZOS, please help us.
I have no idea what it will take them to do it.
I mean, yeah, I think none of us are developers.
It's a dream.
Yeah, it's a dream. Oh, money
I mean,
probably. That's an interesting suggestion.
but
Money would be taken.
the housing system of this game is the best part of it. Why wouldn't they invest?
Yeah.
It worked out so well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not quite sure what would be the limiting factor from like a designer in a sense of programming designer, like what would be needed or necessary for the developers to see the need for that specific ask that we have for them. I think there's not a lot of developers working currently at ZOS. It's a problem, I think.
They have other things to do. I understand that.
Yeah.
It works as it is. After all, we are all still here doing houses. So. Okay.
Okay. So there is a suggestion that the limits were based on. Yeah.
I heard that before.
And it makes sense. You do want to make sure that it works on all platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that is a good point. Because if you do want to make sure that it does work on all platforms, you have to accommodate for all those needs. Oh.
It's also an old game. It makes sense that they keep it low end.
Yeah. But still, we can dream. We can dream and hope.
Yeah, we can dream.